Mm. Mm. I found your name inside an old receipt, folded in the pocket of the coat I used to wear. The ink was nearly gone, but I could still remember how you laughed and told me love was waiting everywhere. We were driving past the places we had promised we would visit when our lives were finally free. You were talking like tomorrow was a kingdom, and I believed you when you handed me the key. I remember how the city looked behind you, golden windows glowing underneath the rain. You said nothing good is ever lost forever. Now every little memory repeats your name. I kept all the pictures that I said I deleted, every blurry midnight, every tired smile. I know you moved on like the road kept moving, but I stayed at that goodbye for quite a while. Maybe I loved you louder than you heard me. Maybe you were leaving long before you left. I was busy building homes inside your promises, while you were learning how to live with no regret. And I remember it all too well, every word, every door, every night that fell. How you held my heart like you never let go, and disappeared so gently I was last to know. I remember the look in your eyes, half of it love and half goodbye. You forgot us like a story you could never tell, but I remember it all too well. Your side of the bed became a silent ocean, and I slept against the edge to keep from sinking in. The morning brought the sunlight through the curtains, but it never found the places you had been. Friends would say that time would make it easier, like healing was a train that came on time. But grief does not obey a perfect schedule. It arrives without permission in the quiet of the night. I heard you found somebody who believes you when you say you never meant to cause me pain. Maybe she will love the version that you gave her. Maybe you will never make that choice again. I hope you tell her when your heart is changing. I hope you do not leave her in the dark. I hope she never has to read between your silences just to understand the distance in your heart. Maybe I was only meant to teach you how it feels when someone chooses you completely. Maybe you were only meant to show me that forever can be spoken far too easily. And I remember it all too well, every word, every door, every night that fell. How you held my heart like you never let go, then disappeared so gently I was last to know. I remember the look in your eyes, half of it love and half goodbye. You forgot us like a story you can never tell, but I remember it all too well. There were days I almost called you from the station just to ask if you remembered who we were. But I knew your voice could turn my strength to ashes and make every painful certainty unsure. So I wrote the things I never got to tell you. Then I watched the pages disappear in flames, not because the memory stopped hurting, but because I had to stop rehearsing all the blame. I was not too much for wanting honest answers. I was not naive for trusting what you said. I was not weak for crying in the hallway while the future we imagined lost its breath. You were not the only light I could believe in. You were not the final chapter of my life. Even broken hearts can learn a different rhythm. Even lonely rooms can open to the light. Yes, I remember it all too well, but I'm not living where I forever fell. You held my heart, then you let it go, but losing you became the way I learned to grow. I remember the tears in my eyes, but I also remember how I survived. You forgot us like a story you could never tell. I remember Take your echoes, take your empty promises. I do not need them to explain the way I feel. What we had was beautiful and broken, and the pain was deep because the love was real. I remember every ending, every moment, every dream that disappeared beneath your spell. But I will not let the memory become my prison. I remember you, I remember me, I remember it all too